1,100 acres have burned so far, and the fire is nowhere close to stopping. Besides the concern about the tornado, the biggest concern now is hail. We have not seen that yet, but if we can take a look at the live Viparade graphic.
We are live here in Rexburg, where although it is the middle of April, we've seen quite a bit of the wet stuff, the snow out here, the white stuff, several inches, but it's going to warm up tomorrow and the next day, so it'll melt away pretty fast.
But first off, if you're stepping outside, brace yourself. It is extremely cold out there, Mike. My car said 4 below. All they know is that when the workers left yesterday, the package wasn't there, and it was there this morning when people came to pick up their mail. But they might have some help from a surveillance camera, which is just down the street here at the Iona City building. I just want to show these to you, that there are 400 kids out there, which we are representing in this box right now with these little angels, and they still need Secret Santas. We are live here at Rocky Mountain Middle School, getting our hair sprayed, having so much fun, learning about careers. We'll send it back to you.
Local News 8's Emily Clark live along Main Street in Iona right now with more on this morning's evacuations.
Carolyn J, right now this street has returned to normal. It's quiet, it's calm, but earlier it was a different story. When this street was closed, these homes behind me all evacuated as they detonated a suspicious package outside of the post office right here on Main Street in Iona.
I had friends calling me at 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning saying that something was going on. Nobody really knew what, but
Something definitely going on. A box was found outside the Iona post office, raising red flags to people coming early to get their mail.
There's a package sitting outside the building, so we cleared the area of the homes.
Once the neighborhood was cleared, the bomb squad arrived. Wearing their protective gear, they x-rayed the box and self-detonated it. With the box secured, Idaho Falls hazmat crews were able to determine what was inside, and it turned out to only be soapy water. The suspicious package, a box with the word bomb written on it, was found right here outside of the Iona post office here on Main Street in Iona. Speaking to members of the community who've lived here for 30+ years, they say they have never seen anything like this in their community.
yeah, it's definitely the most excitement we've had in a while. It's a small town. It's probably some kids playing a prank or something. The post office is the wrong place to do it.
Because of the location where the box was found, there could even be greater consequences for those found responsible.
And it is on federal property, so there is federal charges that could apply. We'll wait and see what happens, and hopefully we get some leads that can lead us to the individual that did this.
Anything else? Now comes the hard part. They had to figure out who left that suspicious package right outside of the post office here in Iona. Now, there aren't any surveillance cameras outside of the post office, so all they know is that when the workers left yesterday, the package wasn't there, and it was there this morning when people came to pick up their mail. But they might have some help from a surveillance camera, which is just down the street here at the Iona City buildings. There are a couple cameras set up here, and those might lead investigators some sort of a clue exactly to who left this package in front of the post office, which was found this morning, leading to a lot of problems for the city of Iona. So reporting live this evening, I'm Emily Clark for Local News 8 HD. These pictures show what can happen when you text and drive. Here, the driver looked down to text, overcorrected, rolling the car.
It was like a roller coaster ride.
We've all done it. Driving down the road, you hear the sound of a message and check the phone without thinking twice. But you should. The risk of collision increases by up to 400% when you use a cell phone and drive. If the stats and mangled cars aren't enough, check out what happens to a driver when they multitask. We put some teens in the driver's seat. Rocky Mountain Driving School set up this course, and the kids and I took a spin. First, while texting, sending the message, "I am texting and driving at the same time," to my cell phone. They had a hard time completing the figure eights and turning. They took their eyes off the road, hands off the wheel. Some even stopped to finish a sentence.
That was pretty hard. I didn't even get one off, and it's pretty messed up.
How far did you get along on your text message?
I just ruined it.
That was tough for some odd reason.
Oh God, am I not gonna make this?
Now compare that with completing the course while all our attention was only on the road ahead.
It's way easier to drive right now, especially this course. A lot of curves and a lot of turning.
The main problem we saw, too much stopping and a lack of control, swerving your focus and hands to your phone, taking attention from the car, a machine capable of destruction.
People looking down, texting at the same time that they're driving. And now you combine that with inexperience of a teenager, and then you have, major problems.
Driving and texting is not safe. Just ask the passenger in this wreck.
It is definitely a distraction. I mean, I thought my life flashed before my eyes. I thought I was dead just because of texting.
Tonight in Wild Files, Local News 8's Emily Clark tackles the water in this above-average season.
Well, we had an awesome winter this year. We had 600 plus inches of snow.
The excess of snow left us with water, and lots of it.
When the water's really high, it can be kind of big down in the canyon, and it's not always appropriate for the little ones, so the adults have a blast.
I'm an adult, so I figured it would be a blast for me as well. So I set out to conquer the especially high waters of the Snake River. My friends at Jackson Hole Whitewater, that's Dave there, the owner, they took some of my friends and I along for one of their daily runs. They suited us up for our ride, wetsuit tops, booties for our feet. Once we were ready, we loaded up in the school bus and rode to the drop-off point. At the river, we put on the rest of our gear, got our spots on the raft, and we were off.
All together, you guys. Really pull through that water.
We mastered moving the boat, then floated for a while, admiring the scenery, looking for birds, and some brave souls even took a dip in the extremely cold water.
Yeah. Woo! You lose your breath when you first jump in.
After pulling everyone back into the boat, we continued on our journey. Joanna, our guide, showed us what was left behind from the high water.
And it got up to 23,000 CFS, or cubic feet per second down here. Let's go forward!
Including a few problems. This one is called 3 Ordeal.
So if you drop your boat into it, it could surf the boat, which means pushes the boat back up towards that pour over, or it could even flip the boat if it pulls it far enough down into the seam.
The floating came to an end. Now it was time for what we all came for, the rapids. We watched the raft in front of us tackle Big Kahuna. Next, it was our turn. Although the camera did not like the water, pictures from Photograph show us in action. Together, we conquered the mighty snake. An incredible ride. In Jackson, for the Wild Files, Emily Clark, KIFI, Local News 8.